Hello, friends. Thank you for joining us today on this community sit down. Zen and voice reveal. Thank you for joining me today. I have a lot of things I want to say. Mainly, I want to address a lot of concerns the community has and answer some feedback. But, however, I also have good news, really exciting news. First off, what I want to do is thank you for your continued support. We really wouldn't have gone this far if it wasn't for all of you. And that's coming from the heart. That's really coming from the heart. I understand it might have been a little bit rocky, but we're here. We listened. We care. Everyone just wants cubes, huh? I agree. I could use more cubes myself. You guys are forgetting I'm a player the same as you. Or panda characters. I can get behind that. Hey, we all want infinite cubes. Am I a game dev? No, I am not a game developer. It's not true, my friend. I also have to make a disclaimer that whatever statement I make here is not an official Billy statement. You guys are going to have to keep that in mind. There's no legal obligation between me and the company. Still, we're going to have a good time. First thing on the agenda that we're going to do today is we're going to get feedback from our esteemed content creators. Without them, they play a really important role overall in shaping the community and pain. Oh, I cut out. That's not nice. Oh, as I was saying, first thing on the agenda tonight is we want to get feedback from our content creators. Without them, we wouldn't have made it this far. Whatever they have to say is important to us, as long as it's constructive feedback. So I want to uh, invite them on the stage so I can hear them out. Geku, first one.
Hello. Yes. I am not home, so I'm sorry if there's some background noise.
That's fine.
Um,
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. You?
I'm doing all right as well.
Perfect. So, do we, for this point, do we just talk about other things not related to the notes you already have, the bullet points we're already going to talk about, or?
If you could use them, that would be nice.
Okay. Um, I think the
Yeah,
biggest
do it.
one that I've already seen is related to like cubes. So I mean, the second set of missions already had like an increase in cubes for the JJK0. So like it went from 0 cubes to 900. So is that something that's gonna like keep on increasing, and especially with dailies? Because 30 cubes per day is a bit funny, I could say. So is there any like reoccurring cubes that we could like expect in the future?
Well, their cubes are hard to give due to many reasons, but honestly, the company's been trying to hand out as much as they can. One thing I want to make clear is that while it may not have been said to me directly, I have reason to believe that the company itself faces pressure from other entities. Seeing as they're not exactly the only owner of the intellectual property, which leads me to believe that they're not only the decision maker involved in matters like this, especially, but I do know that they always try to give out stuff and help whenever they can.
Okay, that's good. I mean, I think it's already increasing, which is nice. Do you think that could also be attributed to like a faster schedule? So like you're gonna hand out more. Well, with the events, there's always going to be more stuff, right? Uh,
Mm. Well, I do honestly believe that many things are coming sooner, much sooner than expected. I actually wanted to announce this. One of the things that we should be expecting soon is the tower mode. It's already in the Japanese version. However, I'll elaborate on this later. But I want you to keep in mind that the schedule for global version is likely to be much different than the Japanese one. People do need some characters for some game modes, but I've always maintained the position that global will not necessarily follow Japanese schedule. Japanese version, they have the content, but we do not have to abide by the time frame.
okay, so can I ask a bit more about that? Is that fine for now, or do we talk about other points?
The what exactly do you want to ask about?
So basically, for tower, it's
Yeah.
are the units coming out going to be kind of structured so that it could help us beat tower easier?
Can you repeat that? I honestly didn't hear you. My bad.
Sorry. So are the units that we're going to get in the future, well, like short future, very soon, in the next like month, 2 months, 3 months, going to be more
Mm-hmm.
so structured to defeat tower?
I honestly can't give a concrete answer about that. I cannot give a straight up yes or no answer. Not really gatekeeping. I just don't have the information, to be honest.
All right. I mean, that's good. The last thing, are you going to touch about tower later? Because if not, I was going to ask like if it's going to be a bit different than it is on JP.
Tower. Well, as I already said, it's coming quite soon. However, the difficult part lies within the code itself. Uh, AP developed the code, right? Unfortunately, it's come with its own set of bugs. Mainly incompatibility with various devices, but the developers over at Bilibili are working overtime to fix it, so we can safely expect an announcement soon.
I mean, I think I'm good on that. I'll let other creators speak now.
All right.
Hello.
Carlos, how are you, my friend?
Good. How are you? Keep very early
Yeah.
at home,
Uh,
and yeah, excited to be here and talk to you guys. And thanks for the opportunity to speak in for the community.
Thank you. Actually, thank you for all this feedback. We're really doing our best here. We are honestly doing our best. Apologies if the meeting wasn't really in a suitable time for you, but
All good.
honestly, personally speaking, I'm on a time crunch and this was the only time I can do.
No worries.
Okay, so is there anything you want to ask about?
Yeah, I mean, I think the majority of the community is curious about PD and the cube system, but I let you guys talk about that a little later, and I'll go into some of the questions we had here for you already.
Yeah.
So connected to what Kiku was saying with the tower and the schedule and all of that. There's a lot of excitement in the community for the anniversary units, the 6 months, what was in the 6 months anniversary
The half
for Japan.
anniversary.
The half anniversary, yes. So the gojo from there, and so on, and the student gojo, the ghetto, and the toji. So is there is it gonna be similar for us? Is the anniversary gonna happen in 6 months and be the same characters, or do we expect that to change in any way?
It's really hard for me to answer this actually, given how the schedule is not going to be the same as the Japanese version. Like I said, we have the content from them, we get the content from them, but a game, the company, it doesn't have to stick to the schedule that they follow. So, will we get the same characters as they did for half an anniversary? Have no clue. But given the deviations, I mean, I'll let you decide on your own.
Right. But there probably will be some sort of celebration, I imagine, for half anniversary, right?
It's possible. It might be possible.
Um, okay. The next question I had was related to anniversary stuff. The JP anniversary just happened. I think there was a good amount of excitement for that. One of the new features that they had was the skins feature. Is that
Okay.
something that will happen for us, even earlier,
You mean
or do we not know?
the skins themselves, or are you talking about the time frame?
The skins themselves, yeah.
See, we can expect them. I make no promises, but we can safely expect them.
Cool. And then another question I had before I let one of the other creators go on was this is not something that I want, so I want to call that out. But will we ever have? This came from the community. They were asking if there were plans for any sort of PvP mode to be implemented. I personally think the game doesn't need it, but there were several people that asked, and I just wanted to get a clear answer on this PvP question that keeps coming up.
PvP. I've gotten this question on a ton of times. PvP. Man, I won't say no, but this is one of the things we also have to rely on the Japanese version for. If they release it, so will we.
All right. Cool. Well, yeah. Thanks again for speaking to the community. I think this is a great event, and I hope it keeps happening. But
Thank you,
I'll
brother.
go ahead and let one of the other creators come up and ask questions. Thank you.
Thank you very much, brother. Thank you.
Hello?
Limulo. I have no idea how to pronounce your name, brother.
It's okay, it's okay. It's Limulu, yes.
Okay, that's awesome. How are you, man?
I'm fine, and you?
I am doing great. We're out here, hopefully giving good news. I hope.
I hope too, bro. To be honest, I have a lot of questions, but we have a lot of content creator we're waiting for. I'm sorry, I'm French, so if my English is not really good, I will
Your
try my best.
English is great, brother. You should be confident with that. Don't worry about
Back
it.
out. Yes, back out. Um, so for myself, I did with my community Google Doc with every point who should be improved with the game. I don't know if you already see the Google Doc.
Okay.
I can drop you.
I took a look at it honestly, but for the sake of keeping things exciting, I just
Okay.
no.
So for myself, I think about me and about the community. I think the people who are waiting for is the PT system, like the transfer PT system.
Oof, okay.
Because we know he's already on the Japanese game, but not on the global, not the global one. So I think they should add this really fast because I know with my community some people leave the game after Utah because people don't have enough cubes to
Mhm.
pull the PT of the Utah. So I think they should add this real fast because I have no idea why they had this on Japanese but not on the global one. So
Mhm.
yes, and with that, the big problem in the game is like the memories who have 5% to drop and character who have 2.5% to drop.
Mhm.
Like it's not equal. So I know a lot of people like pull on the new banner of Utah, for example, and they drop only memories. So I think it's something who will be frustrating for a lot of players. So I think they should do something about this. And yeah, we all know we don't have enough cubes to get in the game to pull. I'm okay with not pull on every banners because the game need money. We all know about this, but like the game have 2 weeks, maybe three weeks, and we don't have enough to do a PT. So it's I forgot to know to explain this
Okay,
in
so
English, but
it's fine, it's
you
fine,
get
it's
me,
fine.
you get me.
Yes, you're asking about pity system. I
Yes,
think you're
it's.
asking if
I
when
think we
are
have
we
to do a big improvement on the gacha system, and if it's
okay.
done by the developers, I think we will. People will be happy, and the game will be more cool for and less frustrating for people, and they will stay in the game, and that will be a good
Okay.
a good things.
Okay. Uh and asking the really tough questions, huh? Whew, pity. Okay. So one of the things I wanted to talk about regarding pity, as you guys already know, the Japanese version, they have pity transfer. It took them a very long time to get it, but I'm actually happy to announce that we're not going to be waiting that long. We are getting pity transfer soon. Sooner than they have, that's for sure. Look at chat exploding.
Yes.
And okay, let me repeat that for the ones did not hear. We are getting pity transfer. How soon? Man, don't be greedy. Don't be greedy. Don't be greedy with those questions. It's really hard for me to provide a timeline, honestly. I'm not a developer, guys. You have to keep that in mind. But from what I understand, it is coming much sooner. We're not going to wait as much as the JP version did. That's what I want to say. Regarding I think you asked about pity reduction as well.
Not really a PT reduction, just equal drop percent
Drop rate,
about memories and character. Because
drop rate.
I think with the game we can't change the PT like the amount of the multi like 3,000 cubes, but like I
Mhm.
think we can just give more cubes in the event in the login bonus extra. But Yeah, I'm sure it will be very difficult to change some things about the like SSR memories 5% drop and the SSR character 2.5% drop.
Mhm.
But I know it's very frustrating for people. But I'm here to talk about it. After that, I let you this in your hands.
Okay. Regarding drop rates, well, it's like I said, JP creates the content, we release it on our own time. So for this matter, the drop rates, we have to follow the Japanese version.
Yeah,
Gonna have to follow it. It's not in, as far as I understand, it's not in Bilibili's hands.
I know, I know. So
As I'm seeing questions about Max Pity as well. It's gonna be the same answer. It's gonna be the same answer. If JP ever reduces pity, we're gonna reduce it as well.
I don't know the comment sorry. I don't know what's the opinion of the community, but I think if we can get like one PT for because we know that the global launch rush banners to I think get the Japanese and have the same same update extra. So I don't know about the community, but if you can get like one PT by month to be sure to get one character, one good character, I think it would be awesome. We know that on the Japanese one, like limited character will be dropped on the general banner, so we can get them whenever we want, but later. So
Mhm.
it's a great very great news.
Mhm.
But like we know that when we play a gacha game, we want to pull. So it's if the gacha system is very frustrating, like people will leave the game. So it's not good great idea. But yeah,
I'll make sure your feedback is heard. That's what I can promise.
yeah, okay.
Do you have any other questions for me?
I would like to talk about the auto mod improvement, but I think some another content creator maybe will talk about it. I don't want to waste the time for others.
Yeah.
But we talk a lot about negative point, but I would like to point the improvement who made Bilibili about the stamina system, and I would like to drop a big W about this, and
Thank you.
and that's all for me.
Thank you, Limulu.
No problem.
Appreciate it.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay. How's it going, brother?
Good, and you?
It's going fine. It's going fine. We're being asked really tough questions. I'm doing my best to give satisfactory answers over here.
Yes, I know, I know. First of all,
What do
I
you
would
have
like
for me?
to thanks to the opportunity that we can talk and ask you some question. And sorry for my accent because I'm French too,
It's
like
fine.
Limolu. I have some question. My first question is about the summoning format. And I would like to ask you: do you plan to offer new summoning formats like Step Up, as you did with the first Step Up of the launching of the game, like
Tiered
Step Up
summoning.
or? Mm,
Man, that is definitely not a decision that I can make, but I actually, you know what? I actually want to ask if tiered summoning was something that was satisfactory to the community.
mhm.
I want to ask you guys, was it something you liked?
Me or the community?
Everyone.
Yes, yes,
I'm
yes.
seeing yes everywhere.
Everyone is saying yes.
Okay, okay, that's good. That's good. Regarding to your question, whether the company plans on offering summoning formats such as Step Up, given this
Yes.
feedback, oh, who knows, it's possible. It's definitely possible. Open, you know.
Okay.
Ups. All right, brother. What do you have for me?
A second question is it's will the AI in auto mode be updated quickly for the global version? Because it's already the case in the Japanese version.
hmm hmm This is actually something that I wanted to share. I've heard that we are indeed going to get it much quicker than the JP version did.
Okay.
Stay tuned for announcements.
Okay. Much quicker is like some weeks or some months.
I'd expect months, honestly, but you never know.
Okay.
I'd expect months, but you never know. Like I said earlier, the code is delivered from the JP version,
Yes.
and it comes with its own set of bugs. You guys have to understand that coding for a global game is much more different than a region locked game.
Okay.
I have no information on whether the code is bugged or not, but it will come as soon as possible. It's
Okay.
being worked on actively. AI Auto Battle and
Yes.
the Tower, they're high priority for the developers of
Okay.
the company.
Okay. It's okay. My third question is in view of the advanced release of the Megumi territory, for example, should we expect the global version not to follow the release order of the Japanese version?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Do not plan based on the Japanese version schedule. Do not plan on that. You heard it
Okay.
here first. Do not do that. There's been
Okay.
a lot of deviation. Don't plan on it.
A lot of deviation. Okay. Okay. It's interesting. And it's my last question. I have only 3 questions, and I let my colleagues, content creator, ask you other question.
What do you have for me, brother?
Yes, it's all. I said it was my last question. My last question.
Yes, yes, go ahead. Who's next? That was okay.
Hello,
Hello, my friend.
how are you?
I'm good. I will be straight up with you. I have no idea how to pronounce that name. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
embarrass
it,
myself.
it's pretty easy. It's sucre, like sugar, in English.
Say that again.
Sucre, like sugar in English.
Susuk. Okay, that's nice.
Yeah, of course, I'm French, so I'm sorry for the chat. My accent will be full too.
Why do you all apologize for your accent? It's perfectly fine. French
Thank
are
you.
really representing hard in here.
So I have 3 questions for you, Shannon. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Zanen. It's Zanen.
Shannon. Okay. Are you planning any community content like world bosses or guild?
Mm, World bosses, guilds. It's actually an interesting question. Well, so I assume if we release world bosses and guilds, that's going to be exclusive content that's different from the JP version. Um, and like I said earlier, Bilibili I believe they're not the only decision maker. So I don't have news regarding that. But what I do have news regarding is if you guys noticed, we announced a while ago the Billy bot. It's in Discord. We asked everyone to bind their accounts to it, their in-game accounts, because we're planning on using that to actually push content in Discord. Uh, the account binding was just the first fundamental step, but I can tell you that it will likely be used. That bot will likely be used to push more content, such as leaderboards and guilds.
On Discord, related to the game.
Yes, sir. You bind your
Okay.
account to the game using that Discord bot, and the plans are create leaderboards and guilds.
Okay.
That bot better push a Utah into my account.
Is that possible to get rewards by doing this?
Is it get what?
Get rewards. I
The
think.
rewards, yes,
Yeah.
definitely. It's something that's
Okay.
also being worked hard on. It's a very interesting system, actually.
Okay. So my second question is, how joint celebration between the two versions is possible? I mean, in a few days now, this is Christmas, and maybe we can have a celebration in common with the Japanese version, like a Sukuna character, I don't know, or something else.
So you're saying celebration between the JP version and global?
Yes.
Ah, man, that's something I would like to see. Honestly, to
Me
be honest
too.
with you, I have heard zero information on that, like literally nothing. This isn't me saying that it's not possible. It's just that, it's not even brought up.
Okay. So it's not playing at
It's
the
not
moment.
planned. Not really.
And my last question is about the PC launcher. There is any plan for it?
Let me ask you this: does the JP version have a PC launcher? I think they use an emulator. Is it?
No, they have a launcher. They have a PC launcher, a real one.
Then you
They are
have your
not
answer.
using an emulator. Ah, okay, okay. And when?
You have your answer
I'm greedy. I'm
regarding
greedy. I
the
know.
PC launcher. Regarding the PC launcher, I think so. We can expect it.
Like very soon.
No, there isn't one, but I'm saying there likely will be one.
Okay. So yeah, that's my three questions. So I let my friends do the work now.
That's
Thank
it.
you, Shannon.
All right.
Shannon.
Thank you for joining me, brother. Then and yes. Ooh, there he is.
Good morning, Xanon.
Good morning, brother.
I just had a quick couple things. A lot of stuff I wanted to talk about was already on there. First, I want to say I'm glad you guys did this, and I hope you continue to do this at least on maybe a monthly basis. I know it can be hard to set up. I think doing things like this for the community is top notch, and if you can continue this every month or 2 weeks or however you choose it will work, I think it would
Well,
be a great option.
I'm pushing for that. I hope we can do that as well. It's fruitful, if anything.
I really believe that. So back to I piqued my curiosity when a discussion came up a little sooner. Someone brought up about exclusive content, and you brought up the linking with the Discord and the leaderboards and the guilds. Just
Yes.
curious with that. Maybe you won't know the answer yet because it might require certain coding. Is that linking because those are going to be built into the official Discord, or in the information will be pulled from the game, or will it become part of the game
It
itself?
will be pulled from the game. The
Okay.
information will be pulled from the game using the bot, and based on that information, leaderboards and guilds will be created.
Okay. No, that makes total sense. Um, Back to the tower mode real quickly, which I'm very happy to hear that at least Billy does have leeway to bring in content. They just, you have to get it checked out and get all the bugs worked out. Completely understand. Now with tower mode in the Japanese version, it was kind of all dropped at once, and then there was no new levels for a while. Are you thinking, has Billy made a decision of maybe when it is implemented in the game to maybe not drop everything at once and just stagger the levels out so that content is progressively coming in? Or is it just going to be, do you know, just a drop like Japan where, okay, here you go, here's 40 levels or 50 levels, and you won't see any more for however long that is?
I personally think that it might be progressive.
Okay,
It will
great.
be progressive.
Cool. Um, I'm glad to hear that you guys are being upfront about changes in schedules. We're not necessarily following Japan Global, so just it is what it is, good and
Yeah.
bad. My bigger question is, Billy now has on the table a year's worth of content basically from Japan.
That's correct.
Is Has Billy decided that they want to speed up the introduction of these banners? Is it just going to be mixing it up? Is there any edict to get things moving a little quicker than the Japanese version? Because at times it did lag on its release schedule. I guess the bigger concern I hear over the long term is if it's really truly going to be sped up to some degree. Like banners maybe hitting a little faster continuously, so the chance of having enough cubes to be able to pull on the next banner, things of that nature, is an overwhelming concern. And I'm just curious if the scheduling, yes, you can change it, but is it going to be accelerated to a certain degree, if that makes sense?
It does make sense. Yes. Accelerated. Huh. Well, I mean, we are seeing some acceleration right now, aren't we?
We
Following
we
the
are.
order. Yeah, yeah. I believe it might be. Yes.
Okay.
But at night, like I said before, apologies for cutting you off. Like I said before, it doesn't have to be in the same order.
Okay. I mean, that does go a long way too, because people that are familiar with the Japanese version know a lot of banners you don't have to pull on. So if they're intertwined a little more smart, you can build a way to increase your player base to building cubes possibly. But again, I guess only time will tell, and we can hit you back up if this continues monthly, if it changes after that. Um, Outside of that, I think that's all I had. I don't want to take up too much time because I don't think you probably want this to go on for 4 hours. But again, thank you, and I hope this is a recurring thing.
I'll do my best to make sure it's a recurring thing. It's like I said, it's productive, it's fruitful. Everything I've heard and everything I'm reading from the chat right now, I'll make sure it's definitely sent to the decision makers.
Great. We have a great day.
Thank you. You too. Okay, guys. We're on a time crunch here. So I think next step is we're going to answer some random community questions. Hit me with what you got. Let's see. Will units be at the standard quicker? I'd assume so. I would assume so. I mean, it wouldn't make sense for banners to come out quickly and not be at the standard quicker. You know what I mean? Will they be giving cubes to match the speed to catch up the JP version? Given the track record of the freebies given so far, I think it's safe to assume that there is more to come. Do you have any actual information that isn't just your assumption opinion? Really sure what I've said so far isn't just an assumption or opinion unless stated. So spoken about tower mode and I've spoken about AI. Those were not assumptions, my friend. The units at the standard be the same batch? I have no clue, honestly. I'm seeing a lot of requests. Spain. Let's get him up on the stage. Spain. Where's Spain? Get him up.
Hey, Xanon, what's going on, man?
Hey, man. How's it going?
Not bad, not bad. You got a lot of requests going on here, huh?
Yes, sir, I truly apologize, but I'm really on a time crunch. But
Yeah.
I saw that everyone wants you here.
Yeah, you and I both. You and I both. We gotta make this quick. So I'm gonna throw some hard hitting questions your way. I don't expect exact answers, but I do expect that we. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. All right, let's start off with one of the biggest concerns. You've talked about pity. I'm gonna elaborate on the biggest concern the community has. If Billy is looking to rush 4 to 5 banners within a month, why are they waiting to add a pity for that long? They do realize that re-rolling every single account every single day to get a character is not a valid option. And the fact that we're not getting enough cubes and enough content for people to spend money on is not actually going to make them any money, right? They do understand the fact that the gotcha sphere in 2024 is so big and so vast with IPs that every other game is just going to eat up this game if it doesn't keep up with the trends. Can you elaborate on your thoughts? Being a player yourself, and the fact that we're following quote unquote JP's footsteps, but yet we're not following their timelines makes absolutely no sense. Can you, as a player and somebody who's a community member, elaborate your thoughts on that? Because I think it's absolutely atrocious what's happening right now.
As a player, I do agree with you. I do agree with you, even as a spender, because I did drop $340 on Megami.
That's crazy.
Yes, I had to go to Pity. Then I got my first dupe at Pity as well. I agree with you, and I can give you my promise that this is something I'm trying to change. But because I'm just not legally affiliated with them, it's difficult to actually get something changed. This sit down, for example, it took a really long time to get approved. Especially the information I had here regarding the AI auto battle, the tower, even the pity, announcing that we are getting the pity transfer soon. That was also difficult to get approved. I honestly I do agree with you that rushing rushing things is, well, I can understand the anger it causes. I can only promise that I'll do my best to at least help out with cubes.
Okay, fair. That's fair. And so I don't think anyone here is expecting Xanon for you to answer these questions with any legitimate stakes. Why did we not have a dev on here?
Why did we not have a dev on here? That's a good question. Probably off work right now.
Probably off work right now. Okay, so fair enough. Because from my understanding here, they wanted to introduce this game with a lot of positivity, and then they released a banner that was paid only for hitting a landmark. What was that all about? Why would you release a paid banner to commemorate X amount of people downloading the game rather than saying, hey, here's 10 free summons with a guaranteed SSR instead? Why go that route? Why try to, because you know how it is with the gotcha community, right? When people see that a milestone is being met with a paid option, they're going to assume instantly this game is looking for money rather than long stay. So why would they approach that? And are they planning to do that going forward? Are we expecting milestones to be met with money, or are we expecting milestones to be met with appreciation?
Honestly speaking, given the feedback that we're getting so far, I wouldn't expect it to happen again.
Okay, that's great. So can we expect to say that next time we hit a milestone, we would maybe have an event that commemorates the community's accomplishment plus the mainstay of the game? And honestly, Xana, in your concern, are you concerned about the life of this game at the moment in terms of how quickly people have were excited and now are looking at more of a negative aspect? Because again, you guys have done some great work. You guys are giving more AP. That's fantastic. Events are coming out, but there is definitely some negativity here, and I think this is why we're having this meeting, not only to give the community a chance to speak, right, but also because there is some concern of the actual life of the game. So, are you yourself worried as a community member? Are you thinking that this game is on par with some of the better games out there, and can it compete?
Personally speaking, it's hard to answer this as a community member, although I understand maybe some community members will have a negative outlook, but I do have some information that does lead me to believe that the future of this game is a positive, not a negative one. I've made sure that the people who do make decisions have heard the community, not just with this meeting, even before this meeting. And to be honestly speaking, they are people that, well, maybe they won't listen all the time. I'll further elaborate on why later on, but maybe they won't listen all the time, but they do listen. It's like you said. I actually watch your videos, brother. I think one of them was titled "If You Make Enough Noise, They Listen," something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
You're not wrong. They do listen. They're doing their best.
And we do appreciate that, Zan. And I want people to know, like, those videos and this kind of event is not to bash the game. We're here to literally make change. And I think from and I think you're part of that squad, right? I think we're all a community. I say this in all my videos. And at the end of the day, I think they really need to realize, if you're going to be in a gacha universe, and if you're going to compete with hundreds of games coming out on a daily, you own an IP this strong, you have to look at other IPs that perform better than you and perform better than them. You know what I mean? Like, so sorry if you cut off. Like, all I'm saying is Bilibili as a company needs to look at other companies who own big IPs. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Zana? Can you hear me? Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yeah. Okay. So he can. I think. Is that better? Okay. So people can hear me. All right. So here's what I'm saying, Xana. All I'm saying is all we want Bilibili to do is take a look at all the other major IPs.
I'm gonna hold on, because my connection disconnected for like a little bit, so I'm gonna have to ask you to repeat.
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. Yes.
Okay, perfect. So here's my thing. I know Bilibili is its own company, and I understand that they don't own the IP. I understand they're working with other stakeholders, but they are the developers. Am I correct? Or they are the publishers?
They are not the publisher. The publishers, my friend.
Okay, they're the developers.
I believe so.
Okay,
But you have to keep in mind that Japanese are also the developers.
Yes, absolutely. So here's what I'm going to say: is as developers, they have the control and the pen on pricing. They have the pen on scheduling. They have the pen on changes. Yes, they do have to elaborate with other people. But what I'm saying is, they need to look at other developers who are releasing big IPs with big anime games and follow suit. If they can't compete and keep up, or if they can't do better, they're going to drown. And honestly, Xana, I'm not going to lie to you, in a game where people have already completed the entire game and they're just waiting for things to come out, we don't care about units coming out necessarily. I know a lot of people are excited for units. We need content. So we need content release and we need it faster because the way it's going is free to play players are actually keeping up with whales, and that's not making any sense for a lot of the content that's there. If everyone has completed the content, we're just sitting standing by and twiddling our thumbs. A lot of people are either number one, not able to get the units they want, so they're quitting, or number two, they're just going to other games because there's just not enough out there. So all I'm saying is you really, really, really got to push, like from your end, especially because you have access to them. Content needs to follow the same suit as characters. If you're going to release 5 characters, content, not events, content needs to be released as well with that for people not to say, hey, you know what? This is a side game. I'm going to go and play something else for now and then just completely forget about JJK.
I can only promise you that I will absolutely do my best because at the end of it all, I'm also a player and I spent my own money on this game. And some of the points you made, I actually agree with as well.
Yeah, and I appreciate that. And then lastly, the last thing I have to say is, and this is I think the biggest concern for everybody is the amount of cubes we get. Getting 30 cubes for a anniversary event or getting 30 cubes while logging in to be like, hey, maintenance is over. Here's 30 cubes. We require 75,000 cubes to guarantee a character. First off, 50-50 needs to be added to the. We talked all about pity. 50-50 has to happen. It makes no sense for us to pull on a YouTube banner and get 7 SSRs and recollections and not get the character. It makes absolutely no sense. And for you, for somebody who spent $300+, imagine what you could have put that towards. That could have been groceries for your family. That could have been half of your mortgage for a lot of people, right? So I understand the purpose. I understand the purpose of making money, but we also have to understand there are people that are free to play players who can't afford it and want to play your game. And there is going to be whales, if you treat them right, will spend a ton of money just to support the company. So 50-50 has to be added. It's not even a question. Recollections should have their own banner completely away from characters. And that way, I promise you, people will be happy and people will drop money just to say thank you. That's what happens. Like as a content creator, I do a live stream, people will drop $2,000 just to say thank you for my time and efforts. Not because I'm forcing them to, because they like me. So when somebody likes you in this kind of community, they will support you financially to say, I appreciate you. And I think that's what needs to be understood. Just that was my last part. That was my last part. That was it.
It's fine. I hear you. I do hear you, and I agree with it. And I will be straight up honest. While what you said might actually be difficult, but I mean, personally speaking, I do believe that all your suggestions they're actually vital to the game's state, especially
Mhm.
revenue.
Mm-hmm.
I'll push for it.
I appreciate it, man. That's all I ask for. And next time, please, Anna, if we can. I know they're not a right time, but let's get a dev on here, man. You don't deserve the hot seat, but we appreciate your time. You've been doing really well, and I thank you. And for everybody in the community, we just want this game to succeed. You know this as well as I do. So I really do hope the devs hear this, and I hope they make some implementations. I think at the end of the day, this is a fantastic game. They just got to do a little bit better.
Try to do better, brother.
All right.
The hot seat, well, I can take it. It's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I appreciate it as well as everybody else. So, thank you again, guys. Appreciate your time. I got to run to a podcast and do some stuff. But Xana, thank you again, community. I love you guys. Much love to everybody. We'll talk to you guys in the next one. Take care.
Stay safe, brother. Let's. Yeah, I think we're done with content creators, guys. Like, I literally work for this. Let's see. TJ. Okay, TJ. What do you have to say?
All right. Hello. Can you hear me?
Sir, we can hear you.
All right. So obviously, as someone that's not spent loads of money on the game myself, do you think? Obviously, I'm in the team. So before anyone says this is just for sake of it to look well, I've got the question of: do you think any chance in the future we're going to have a lower P system, or at least something to to make it more fair upon players that don't spend much money like me?
Lower pity system. I think I've already answered this before, but this is completely reliant on the Japanese version.
Yeah. I do understand that, but if possible, could you pass on the message to everyone
Yep.
else saying, "Oh, the community is complaining," because if the community keeps on complaining and nothing happens, then as people mentioned, it will cause people to leave.
I'll pass that along. That's fine. But I honestly speaking, um, I wouldn't build expectations on this. I'll do my best and pass it along, but I wouldn't build expectations.
Yeah,
I
no, that
was,
makes sense.
far as I know, outright regarding matters like this, it strictly follows the Japanese version. It strictly follows it.
Do you think at any point we'll deviate from the Japanese to then have our own separate things, like people's mentioning guilds, world bosses, or other things like
In
that?
game,
Yeah.
in game. Honestly speaking, I don't think so.
I mean, what I will say is you can tell that they do kind of listen because they've given out the 10 free tickets for the last few times. But other than that, do you think there's any chance that eventually it's going to be more free to play friendly?
I can't answer that, to be honest. I don't like
Mm.
I don't like answering stuff I simply have zero clue about.
Well, yeah, you're obviously not wrong. But do you think there's going to be more top up events soon as well? Because although I didn't spend much money on it, it did help me out a good bit.
Regarding the top up event, I think it was extended.
Mm.
It was
I
extended
mean,
to the end of December. Yeah.
I might have to spend some money then. But
Okay.
that's all. That's all I wanted to ask. I just had a few simple questions. That's all.
Okay, TJ. Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye bye, brother. How long has it been? We're already 1 hour in. Japanese have their own community. We have our own community. Why should we follow what they are doing? Oh, you have to keep in mind for the publishers, right? This is legal matters, basically. It's a legal matter more than it is Bilibili being the evil company they're assumed to be. Learning Japanese. Okay. Drink water. I don't think I have. Yeah, I don't have water near me right now. Become transfers pity system happened before Utah's banner. Huh. That's interesting. What do you intend to do during the dry months of the game? Honestly speaking, for me, this game is a casual one. I say this as a player, not as a mod or anything. It's a casual game. I log in for a few minutes, finish my stuff, and log off. Let me see. About the Discord link to the game, as many people have rerolled for new accounts, will we be able to unlink it? That's a good suggestion. I think it might be possible, honestly. I don't see why not. I don't see why not. It's just a matter of coding, and since it's Discord, we have the freedom. So, but very possible, yes. I hope you can pass your points in your best delivered tone and manner. Please don't take this suggestion lightly. My friend, everything that was said in this meeting will not be taken lightly. I can assure you that. I can promise you that. Some asked that there's going to be more content creation events. Watch for announcements. Chat is so insanely fast right now. Bring back the ball chat. Dropping 350 on a casual game, 340. Sorry. Yeah. I mean, I can afford it. Smart AIs like GP, then it's not enough. We need the game to record our steps to finish. This is actually a great suggestion. I noticed it myself, especially with the successive auto battles recording steps. Man, that would be awesome, wouldn't it? It feels really bad having my pity turned to JP resources. If we can't get pity, why not get like half of the cubes back? Cubes. I mean, I've already announced that we're going to get pity transfer much sooner than JP, so There's that. Will you guys be hosting another meeting for other content creators? I can safely say that we likely will be hosting another meeting. Yes. I apologize for the content creators who didn't get the chance to come on stage this time, but there will be a next time. Can we expect Turkish language? No clue, honestly. Will you cook? I will try. Is it possible that we get global exclusive non-content events like AP recharge buffs and or resource multipliers? And I do think it's possible, honestly. Can we just get two-pack sale? Two-pack sale, huh? Okay, I'll push for it. Weekly events, okay. So many questions. It's really hard for me to keep up. So, if his legal terms, why Bilibili did add the 16 tickets in the Cube shop for every banner when the Japanese doesn't have it, and in the JP version they give Cube every time we hit a milestone, but I didn't see none in here. I will honestly say that making that milestone paid, I certainly don't agree with it. That I'm not a decision maker with this. The best I can do is make sure that this community is heard, and I can put on some pressure regarding this, but personally speaking, I did not agree with it. But I do want to clarify something. There is legal obligation, yes, but there's also some leeway with certain stuff. Auto from JP comes with Ghetto, JJK0. Think of that what you will. We get cubes in 30-40 amounts, but we need literally 100x the cubes to do a single multi. Can we get cubes in stacks? That's more of a quality of life update. Okay. For dip in the next meetup, I can't promise that. I'll be honest with you. I don't like playing around. I will be honest. I can't promise that. For rerolls, can they give the skip tutorial button? I'll ask about it. Maybe it will be smarter if community questions are filtered through the mod team first or through a Google form. The questions for content creators, they were filtered. As far as I'm concerned, there was like 500 questions, or I'm not sure the amount, but it was filtered. But for community, okay. Thanks for accepting criticism, but try and put some pressure. Okay. Will there be Christmas top-up packs? Oh, stay tuned for announcements. As a fellow player, don't you think that playing the game for almost a month and saving all your cubes for one unit and still not being able to guarantee a unit is absurd? As a player, yes. I'm gonna skip a few questions, honestly. I want you guys to hear me out for a little bit. Yes, I may be head moderator or whatever, but whenever I get the chance to speak to the people who are actually in charge, we get work done. Forget the work. I also talk to them as a player because I spend a lot of time on this server and I look at morale overall. I see the complaints, I deliver it to them. There are some stuff that I push for, such as this meeting. So I have to keep that in mind. Things you have communicated to the devs, what has actually been acted upon if you are legally able to communicate such things. And I am not able to. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. Bring back the bald chef. The bald chef left on his own. I remember the sweep on all these AP packs. That reminds me. Regarding AP. Actually, this is one of the things that I pushed for and we saw results. I'm not sure if any of you guys were present in that moment, but I think it was one day main chat was exploding with complaints. It was a double XP weekend where sweep was removed and there simply wasn't enough AP to do anything. So that's some of the stuff that was pushed for and we saw it come to light. So there's that. Bi-weekly posts. What do you mean bi-weekly posts? I don't understand, honestly. Do we have version character to the game? Can you address the weirdly slow award distribution for Discord award events? Oh my god. I'm not in charge of it, but I do agree. I can promise that it will be better in the future. How often do you talk to the devs? Mean enough. Can you tell the devs not to rush content because rushing content banners are not always good? I'll make sure that's heard. I will make sure it's heard, especially after this meeting. I mean, option to skip ultimate 99 successive battles without option to skip ultimate. Yeah. Daily cubes should be increased since you only get 30 cubes per day. Do you think half anniversary characters are coming? I honestly have zero clue, brother. Seriously, zero clue. Ah, those updates. Yes, they will stay, Giku. Those updates will stay. See, can we expect a roadmap for community events on the Discord itself? That is something that is being worked on. A roadmap, yes, sir. Xenon for Bilibili CEO. Oh, sir, imagine if I was actually a developer, I would get chewed. No problem. Thank you for reading my question. Is there any chance we could have events like this for higher level Discord members to maybe reduce the overall noise from the chat? While I was in the middle of this meeting, I did get the idea that maybe we can segregate things into community meetings and meetings with content creators exclusively. Oh, that's on the cards. Can you give a hint for the next SSR? Hmm. Can I give the devs a blank sheet? Are there any possible chance that the Global will create something special on their own that the JP will approve? You never know. This is one of the questions. You guys have to understand my position, why I can't give concrete yes or no answers. But I will tell you one thing, though. Anything that I haven't said no to, like outright no, you can know that it's possible because I know what things are simply not going to happen. Some things are open. Any incentive for content creators? I'm working on that. I'm working on a content creator program. He plans to keep double drop on the weekend. I'll ask about it. Sweep option and event boss. Huh. The devs that you don't want to spend your groceries money on this game just for hitting pity. I will never forgive anyone for those $40. Is there any consideration to do certain things faster, such as character rankings and being able to claim XP token at once? Skipping levels, quality of life updates. It's possible, yeah. If you use BlueStack, you can actually record a macro. Yeah, I'm aware of that, but they're asking about recording movement using the game's interface itself. Can we get a schedule for the next two events and characters like a week earlier? Okay. Many questions. Oh, many questions. Can you please let Geku or DRC3? Gecko spoke. I'm sorry. Any content creator that didn't get their chance will have to wait till the next one. Right now, I'm only answering community questions. Will we get holiday celebrations even if it's not the same banners? Holiday celebrations. Personally, I expect it. How close are we to 10 million? Buff enemy and joke. All right, guys. We're gonna call it wraps here. Thank you for everyone attending this meeting. I'm sorry if I didn't answer all questions, and I also apologize to the content creators that didn't get a chance to come on stage. There will be a next time, I hope. I heard all your feedback. I actually noted it down. I'll do my best to make sure it's delivered and implemented. We'll have to keep saying that I make no promises, but trust me, you are heard. Like we saw with AP packs and the sweep option, community is heard. Uh, Hopefully things get better from here on out. One thing that I wanted to announce, though, one final thing. On Sunday, we're going to do community summons. Dan, Private Dan, the senior moderator, will personally be giving out 3,000 cubes to one lucky winner, and everyone will be free to stream their summons for either Ghetto or Utah. I hope you guys have a good night, and thank you for joining me.